Okay, so we went over your test. We talked about mountain math, which means I don't have a whole lot of time to get through these notes. So we're going to go through the middle section here where it talks about the absolute value of a number. And we're going to go through these first 6 problems. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the first 2 starred problems on the back. So then the rest of this will be for tomorrow. Everybody good? Yes? Okay, so here we go. First of all, look at those problems 1 through 6. What is in those problems that you might not have seen before? The lines. I call those bars. Okay? Y'all see the vertical bars there, yes? Okay. Those are called absolute values. Okay? So it looks like this. You have some kind of number inside those vertical bars. The question is, what does that mean? Does anybody know what the absolute value bars mean? What does it mean? It's a number's distance from 0. A number's distance from 0. So let me ask you, how far away is 7 from 0? How far away is 21 from 0? 21. How far away is negative 14 from 0? 14. How far away is negative 2 from 0? 2. Folks, distance cannot be negative. You can't have negative miles or negative feet or negative inches, right? So whatever you do inside the absolute value, it will be positive. It will be positive. Fair enough? Yes? Okay. When we are doing these problems, in the order of operations, treat it like parentheses. Treat it like parentheses, which means, when am I going to do them? First, right? PEMDAS, P is first. Okay. So, take a look at number 1. Is there anything to do inside of those bars? It's just a 5 in there, right? So what's the absolute value of 5? Fair enough. In number 2, is there anything to do inside those bars? No. There's nothing in there besides a negative 14, right? So what is the absolute value of negative 14? Fair enough. Number 3, is there anything to do inside the bars? No. So what's the absolute value of 0? Fair enough. Everybody good on those first 3? Then we move into something like number 4. Now you'll notice I've got variables in there, right? What do you think I'm going to do with those variables? Yeah, I'm going to replace them with what they equal. If you look at the directions, I tell you what they all equal, don't I? So here we go. Keep the bars. 2, what am I putting in for x? And that's multiplication, isn't it? Plus, what's z? Close the bars. And what's happening with the 2 and the y? So what are we going to put in for y? I think it's a 3, right? How are we doing with that, folks? Look inside of those bars. Does everybody see this right here? Is that just a number or is there something to do? You got to do it, right? Pick up your calculator. What do you get when you do all of that? You said 8.4. You said what? Just this part right here? It's plus a negative 4.2. I just want you to type in what's inside the bars. They're the parentheses, guys. You have to do those first. What are you getting? You're telling me 2 times 2.1 plus negative 4.2 is 21. How we doing, folks? What is this 2 times 3 over here? How is everybody doing with what I have written? Do you see how we did what was inside of those absolute value bars? Now it's just a regular old number, isn't it? Yes? So if I want to get these bars off of here, I need to know what the absolute value of 0 is. Drop down the plus 6. What's my final answer? Wonderful. We're going to try it again. We're going to replace all the variables first. What am I putting in for A? Minus the bar. What am I putting in for B? Plus 2. What am I putting in for the C? And then I'm ending this with a bar. Ladies and gentlemen, is there something to do inside of those bars? So pick up your calculator and do it. Pick up your calculator and type in what's on the inside. He says -5. -5. So I'm going to rewrite everything, putting that -5 in the bars. Can somebody tell me what 4 times -2 is? This is -8, and we have this minus sign here, don't we, folks? Okay, so now you guys are answering my next question. What is, take a look up here, guys, what is the absolute value of -5? 5. So now if I know the absolute value of this is 5, I do not need the bars anymore. Do you see how I dropped everything else straight down? Okay, so what's this final answer going to be? Questions? Nobody? Okay, let's do another one. Everybody see the negative sign that's out front? Got to keep it there. Start the bar. 5 times, what am I putting in for A? Everybody understand that's being multiplied, right? What is that? Plus 2. Close that. Plus 2. Start that bar again. 3 times 3. Whew, this is a long one. How we doing there, folks? Does everybody see how there's 2 sets of absolute value bars here? Okay, let's do what's in the first one. What do you get in the first set of absolute value bars? -8. So this negative symbol drops down, and I have the bars around my -8. Do what's in the second one next. What do you get there? .6. Did you get 3/5? 0.6, yep. Everybody okay with 0.6? But folks, I have plus 2, and then the bar, and then 0.6. Following or no? Okay. Now there's nothing else to do inside of here, is there? So what is the absolute value of -8? But I have to keep the negative symbol that was out front. Plus. Nope. What's the absolute value of 0.6? 0.6, isn't it? But folks, doesn't it have to be multiplied by this 2 right here? You see, guys, up here. You see how this is smushed together? That means multiply, right? So this will be 2 times 0.6, and like you just said, that would be 1.2. So then what's my final answer? I need you to recognize that once I do the absolute value, there's no more bars around it. But if there's something out front of it, you're going to have to multiply it. Does everybody see that okay? Okay. Questions on those few problems? Flip it over to the back, please. I want to go down to the first starred problem, all the way at the bottom. And we're going to go around the room. Before I do that, I want everybody to do all the substitutions, just on the first starred problem. Do the substitutions. Replace your variables with the numbers that they equal, and then stop. How'd you do? Good? Now, what question are you going to ask yourself? I'm not going to distribute because those aren't parentheses, right? Those are bars. Is there anything to do in the bars? Lots, right? So pick up your calculator and do that. And you get what? Negative 25. So what am I going to write for my next line? Okay. Okay. Everything is done in the bars, right, folks? Okay, now you ask yourself, what is the absolute value of negative 25? 25. But folks, isn't there a 3 out in front of that? There's a 3 out front and a minus 3 at the end. Yeah. So what does that mean to do? What does that mean to do, folks? Multiply. Yeah. 3 times 25 is 75. Minus the 3 makes 72 for your final answer. Oh. Everybody okay? Okay, you make the substitutions in double star. Okay, and then we'll talk about it. Make your substitutions up there. What's that? No, these are absolute values, but you have to substitute because we actually tell you what the variables are. What's up? You all right or no? Okay, we're getting there. Now that I have this substituted, what are you going to ask yourself? Is there anything to do in the bars? And the answer is what? Yes. So Gage, what did you tell me you get inside of here? He got 11.4. Can somebody second that for me? You got that as well. So now that's inside the bars, folks. Now you're ready to do the absolute value of 11.4. What is the absolute value of 11.4? And then what do I have to do to it? You have to subtract that 3 from the end. And you get 8.4. How are we doing, folks? This is what your homework questions are going to be over, since we didn't get to the rest of it. So tomorrow, we'll do the rest of it. Okay, and then we'll go from there. Fair enough? Okay. Your homework is... hold on 1 second here. Page 105 and 106. Thanks. We're going to go numbers 1 to 3, and then 19 and 20. 3, 19, 5. About 8 minutes.